The check is coming. No one moves. Ritchie hands over the bill, 340 euros. As always, that's not the problem. Ritchie makes good money. No debts, no vices. At 44, he has $48,000 in savings. That's exactly the catch. There's a name for what's happening to Ritchie. The approval tax. It's not an impulse buy. It's not a vice. It's real money spent not for what it buys, but for what it says about you to someone watching you. The bill he picks up, the car he upgrades, the bottle he orders, the loan he dares not refuse. Every gesture serves a social function before it serves a personal one. Ritchie doesn't have an income problem. He has a toll problem. And no one has ever shown him the ticket. Ritchie didn't pay this tax all at once. It started small. A lunch treat for co-workers. A round of drinks after some good news at the office. A birthday gift that was a little too generous. Each time it was reasonable. Each time it seemed normal. But something was quietly taking shape. A reputation. An image. A label in the minds of the people around him. Ritchie is the guy who's got it together. And once that label exists, it comes with a price to maintain. Here's what no one tells you about the human brain. Once you've publicly established yourself as someone who's doing well, your brain starts filtering every spending decision through a single question. Does this align with who I said I was? Ordering the cheapest option when a coworker is watching, saying you can't afford that group trip, refusing to pick up the tab for once. Each of these actions triggers something uncomfortable. Not shame, inconsistency. It's not vanity. It's cognitive consistency. And your brain automatically protects it, well below the level of conscious decision-making. Ritchie doesn't choose to pay. His identity pays for him. Ritchie didn't notice when it started. There was no decision, no turning point. Just a quiet accumulation, month after month, for years. 480 euros a month. That's a conservative estimate of what it costs on average to maintain an image like Ritchie's. Not as a single expense, but as dozens of small, invisible tolls. 480 euros a month. For 15 years. Want to know what that amounts to once it's been invested? Let's do the math. But first, we need to understand how Ritchie built that image, toll by toll, without ever realizing it. $480 a month. That's a conservative estimate. Invested at 7% for 15 years, that comes to $152,000. Not a bad decision. Not a vice. Just an image to maintain, month after month, without ever realizing it. When he was 32, his car was running perfectly. But in his line of work, clients notice what kind of car you drive. So he upgraded. It cost $4,800 more than he'd planned. The price of his new car was reasonable. Or so he told himself. Group trip. Everyone else is staying in a standard room. Ritchie can't be seen to be looking. Not him. He's taking the deluxe room, an extra $600. No one asked for it. The image decided for him. A friend needs money. Of course, he calls Ritchie. Not his brother, not his parents. Ritchie, because Ritchie's the one who's in charge. $3,000. A wire transfer. A vague promise. That money will never be paid back. Every toll you pay raises the bar. The car dictates a neighborhood. The neighborhood dictates a lifestyle. The lifestyle dictates the company you keep. The company you keep dictates new tolls. The ratchet turns in only one direction, and Ritchie has never seen the mechanism. One evening at a restaurant, the check arrives. Ritchie doesn't hand over his card. It's not a dramatic gesture. He just doesn't move. No one dies. The friendship doesn't fall apart. Nothing happens. He realized something that evening. The image he had been nurturing for 15 years, no one really wanted it. It existed only in his head. He was the only one paying for it, by choice, every month. No bill, no contract. If only Ritchie had quit just 5 years ago. Just 5 years of tolls saved, invested at 7%. An extra $42,000 today. The ticket isn't lost. It's still printing. Ritchie doesn't stick to a budget. He doesn't deny himself anything. He does something simpler and more radical. He stops spending money on people who haven't asked him for anything. Just that. Nothing else. First concrete step. Ritchie opens a second account. On payday, $480 is automatically transferred, before he even sees it. He no longer has to decide to save. The system decides for him. Willpower doesn't change anything. The system changes everything. Second move. He stops fiddling with his appearance. No more signals. No more updates to his image. He lets the screen fade to black. People adapt, without drama or comment. Ritchie is 46 years old. It's been 2 years since he made the decision. His savings have grown from $18,000 to $33,000. Not because of a raise, not because of a smart investment. It's because he simply stopped paying tolls. Do you remember that first night? The bill? $340. Ritchie handing over his card. That wasn't the problem. The problem was all the nights leading up to that one, and the total bill that no one had ever shown him. $480 a month. For 15 years. At 7%. $152,000. Not stolen. Not lost in a market crash. Not squandered overnight. Quietly handed over, toll after toll, to an image that existed only in his head. $152,000 isn't just some abstract number. It's the freedom to turn down a job that drains you. It's 2 years without working if things fall apart. It's about choices, and choices can't be bought. They have to be built. Being generous with those you love, that's a value that matters. But spending money on an image that no one asked for isn't generosity. It's real money, wasted in silence, on an imaginary debt. Be there for your loved ones, not for your image.